bought a piece of junk again. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're not at the vTuned garage, we're actually at Copart. We're picking up the first new build for the channel. We just made it here all the way down in Savannah, Georgia. I think it was like a 5-hour trip. Really nice weather out here. Everything's perfect. All we got to do is go pay for this car, and once they bring it out, I'll give you guys a full overview of it. So we got the car all nice and paid for. I think you guys are gonna love this new project that we got. Maybe it's oh no, he's not bringing it yet, but there's a lot of commotion going on over here, so we're just gonna wait, let him load it up, and then we'll strap everything down and we'll probably head back to the shop. Dang, check this thing out. Dang, I kind of miss my Hellcat. I had one just like this, but oh, this is a Scat Pack, I think, 392. I just love the way these old Chargers look. Not old, but kind of new. It's pretty clean. Somebody was doing some burnouts in it, I can see already. Dang, they are slammed today. There's so much people coming in and out of this Copart. It's all the way in Savannah, Georgia. I didn't think it'd be that populated over here, but we had to schedule an appointment. They changed it up in there where you have to download an app and schedule a thing. We're not even transporters. We're just picking up one build. So it took a little bit longer than expected. Now we're just waiting on the forklift driver to bring our car out. And man, I'm kind of excited for this thing because we actually won this car on the auction 3 times. And every time we'd win it, they had just declined it, and they counterbid me with $20,000. So you know it's something expensive. You better see it. That's it.
You think it's it?
Yeah, that's our car. Oh, this thing is toasty. She's coming in hot. Dang, that thing looks clean. Dude, there it is. There's our new build right there. Yeah, so the delivery driver does not want to get filmed, so we're not going to film him. That's good. All right, a little bit forward. You lift up with, yeah. Dude, this thing is crispy. Dang, it actually looks in pretty good condition though. Dang, son. Yo, this thing is actually in hecka good condition.
Is it?
Oh yeah, solid. And it looks like it's the original quarter panels. Dude, this thing is sick.
Has a little rust, but
no, it has. Well, that's just from sitting at the auction for a minute. But dude, everything looks like it's in freaking amazing condition. The quarter panels, yep, they were replaced, but there's no rust. Dang, son.
Wait, brand new tires. Look at the tires too.
Tires are brand new. This car is in freaking good condition. Look at the gaps. Everything looks good. The paint is actually in pretty decent shape too. Well, there's the, let's see under here. Dang, dude, this thing is in perfect condition. Oh my goodness. I guess they did have to rip the hood off of it. Hey, at least we still have this piece right here. Dang, it's in really good condition actually. Like, everything underneath is like almost perfect. There's no rust anywhere.
We were worried about that, man. That's just like a flop, you know?
Like, all the frame rails look perfect. Dude, that is freaking sick. Oh my gosh, finally, dude.
Oh, this gonna look sick.
Dude, the paint is probably wash up pretty good too.
The paint peeling?
Look, the paint peeled off, and look, it's like there's one coat of paint on here. So that means this thing was restored pretty good. So we got the Mustang loaded up on the trailer, and we did a little bit of a walk around on the car. And man, let me tell you guys, the frame on this car is literally perfect. The bottom of the car, there's no rust anywhere. And we did peel off a little bit of the paint right here on the rocker panel, and there's legitimately one coat of paint. That means this car was fully restored, probably by like a pretty big shop. That's why the insurance company wanted $20,000 for this car. but it's not worth nowhere near that right now. It's so freaking exciting to get this thing here finally and actually getting to inspect it, because our other Mustang, it was in really bad shape. Like the floor was rotted out everywhere. The car had been chopped right here and then right here, so they basically spliced two Mustangs together. That's why all the body gaps were horrible on it. But this one, all the body gaps are literally perfect. Everything looks amazing on this car, and I think we got a super good deal on what we paid. I'll probably tell you guys a little bit later in the video, but now what we need to do is go ahead and strap this thing down and hit the road. Dude, it's literally perfect under here.
Literally insane.
Definitely gonna keep the white.
Stripes. Oh, they threw a mirror in.
The mirror survived. Man, this thing was toasty. Hey, the sun visors made it. See, it didn't really burn too much at the ground. It kind of just burnt the seats and burnt the roof. But all that stuff's gonna have to just get sandblasted and fixed. Look at that door, it closes perfectly. Gap's a little bit off, but hey, it's a lot better than my other one was.
There's like key in there too.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they were driving this car and one of the carburetor lines busted and it just burned the car down. Check that out, we got the key out. Man, guys, I'm just so excited and so happy for this car because it's in perfect condition, literally. It does have a little bit of stuff that's gonna need to be paint corrected, but in the actual body of the car is just perfect. But we won't really know it that much until we actually put it on the lift. And I'm gonna try to find the previous owner of this car and see what he can tell us about it. And we actually got the keys out of the ignition, so the car was running and driving. And these cars do have on the carburetor, there's like a tube, and if that tube like dry rots, it just sprays gas all over the engine. I guess it just burned down. So we got the car all nice and strapped down, and I don't think it's going anywhere. Got it strapped to the front control arms, but now it's just time to hit the road and head back to the shop. So it's the next morning here at the shop. We got here pretty late last night and we didn't really want to unload it at night because it did start raining a little bit and we didn't want to get all wet. But guys, the car finally made it. We made the trip. Everything was good. It didn't go anywhere. And man, this thing is a beauty, especially seeing it today. Yesterday we were kind of just super excited and we didn't really overlook anything, but we were checking it out today. And man, this thing is an absolute beauty. We even had the boys over from 23rd Garage. They came over here, they checked it out, and they're pretty impressed with it because I mean, it is a 1965 Mustang and there's absolutely zero rust on the car that we can see from the outside for now. There's just like a little bit of spots over here and there, but I think what happened was when this car caught on fire, I think they were battling with the insurance company and it kind of just sat for a very long time at the auction because, as you guys know, they wanted $20,000. Like, that was their reserve. Every time I would win the car for $3,000, they would right away counter me with $20,000, which is pretty insane for a car that looks like this. So I'm guessing they had this thing insured, and the previous owner probably had it all fully restored probably a couple years ago, because it looks like they did a really good job, but it was just sitting in the elements, and that's why a little bit of the rust right here is coming through, which is normal, especially if you have a classic car like this and it just sits outside in the rain and in all the elements, because you got to keep these cars in a garage or they will start. Well, this is like just surface rust. It's not really anything too serious. And what we're gonna do right now is probably just roll it off. I'm not sure if I want to actually back it into the shop because I know it doesn't have any brakes, but I think the steering, I'm gonna check if the steering works. And if the steering works, we can just unload it right here and then just simply drive it inside. Ooh, it's crispy. Man, she's toasty. Hey, but the carpet's in good condition. Look at that. It still got a little bit of softness to it. See if the steering wheel will turn. And lo and behold, guys, the steering wheel still works. That's pretty cool because I'm pretty sure it has rubber bushings on it, so I guess it didn't melt off and it'll be really easy to roll off. So let's go ahead and start unstrapping this car, get the ramps out, and get this bad boy inside so it doesn't get no more water damage. right now we're putting in the factory seat covers like they do at the dealership when you get a brand new car. I'm gonna have to steer this thing and hop in it and hit the brakes. I don't really want to get all charred up. It smells, you know what it smells like? It smells like the time I tried to cook hot dogs. Yes, buddy. Alrighty guys, it's time to roll this bad boy down. Oh yeah. She works like a charm. I wonder if she got brakes. We ain't got no brakes in her. So we're gonna have to just yam it off that way, and maybe we'll hit a fence or the shop. We'll have to see about that. Alright.
We good? Make sure that door doesn't get slammed by that if it drops down.
Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna fall off, sir.
Oh, yeah, because this tire is completely off already.
You know I know how to time the. Oh. This thing is one crusty, dusty mobile.
The dusty mobile, huh?
But dude, does it look good at our new shop. And we're gonna give this thing a new life. Honestly, I'm not sure where I'm gonna start slicing it, because I know a lot of people were like asking, because we cut the other Mustang down the center. I'm thinking we're gonna cut this thing into pizza triangle pieces and just ship them to subscribers. Guys, now it's time to just cruise this bad boy inside. All right, we gotta just go really slowly with it. Dang guys, so we finally got this car inside the garage. The first thing I wanted to do is actually pop this hood open, because I did notice it's like stuck right here. I'm not sure what's going on there. So maybe it just needs a little bit of prying or something. And the crazy thing on these older cars, guys, they didn't have locks. It was simply you just come up and you can open up any hood. Oh, there it goes. Oh. Check that out, guys. I'm guessing that's like a 302 Ford small block engine. But dude, it does have the AC. A lot of people are saying that that's a rare option if it does have AC in it, which this one has it, and it doesn't really look too bad under here actually. See, here's what I was talking about right here on the side. Yeah, I think it's, let me see if it's on that side or this side, because it might be a little bit different than the other Mustang I had, because that's how that one caught on fire. One of these tubes on the side, not sure where it's at, but one of the tubes, I think it's this one right here. This thing carries gas from both sides, and if this O-ring goes bad, it just sprays fuel everywhere and just burns these bad boys down to the ground. But dude, look how hot it got. It melted the aluminum right here, and then that was just molten aluminum right there. Just crazy. So this thing was really hot at one point of its life. But honestly, I think that motor could still be good, as long as it's not filled with water, which it probably might be, unless they use the fire extinguisher instead of actual water on this car. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it had the MSD ignition system. Maybe it's MSD. It kind of looks like it might have been red at one point, but yeah, it's toast. Completely burned to the ground. But yeah, guys, in the engine bay, honestly, this is exactly what we were expecting under here, which was just gonna be nice rust because the paint all got burned off. But there's no actual solid, like everything is still super solid. There's no areas that were actually like falling apart, which is cool because these cars do love to rust out. Some places like over here, they like to rust out, and ours looks in really good condition actually. There's no rust anywhere. It kind of just took off all the paint, so pretty much did a little bit of work for us. And then the shock towers, they look also pretty good, but we are gonna be doing a 5.0 swap in it. As you guys know, I do still have a 5.0 Mustang engine, and I really wanna put it in here, so we will have to delete the shock towers. So That's already gonna save us a lot of work on the side over here. It's all good because we are gonna be sandblasting this whole area right here after we take out the motor. We're gonna delete the shock towers. So that's gonna be a pretty simple job over here. Now let's just keep moving on with the Mustang. I did actually notice this one little spot on the car that kind of looks like it was butchered together. This is the cowl section. I'm guessing they replaced just this piece right here and they just tack welded it. I don't know when this was done. This could have been done a long time ago. Like, you know, this is a 1965, so it's been around for a good fat minute. But I guess they just spliced this piece in and it actually lined up pretty good with the hood, which I was pretty surprised that they did such a hack job, but it lined up so good. But that's pretty much everything in the front. Back is exactly what we expected, exactly what we were looking for. Now we come to the middle of the car, pretty self-explanatory. Entire interior is burned, although the heat really kind of concentrated up top. Like if we open up the door, we can actually see that the carpet is still good in the car. It's not completely burned out. Let's put the seat back. Like you can see, ooh, we have a, it's like a pamphlet or something, but there's still rubber car mats in here and the floor panels are actually still in good condition, which is pretty cool. I'm guessing all the fire just went up and it warped this roof really bad. You can see just the waves. On the pictures, I didn't really notice that the roof was that bad, but once we got it, it looks like it just burnt it. And then this brace right here was super hot, and I'm guessing that's what did it, because if you look under here, there's a brace that goes all the way along there, and I guess that thing just got super hot and it just started melting that roof. We did also find out that this thing does have good glass in it still. I'm guessing both windows were rolled down, and check this out. The glass will actually go up. And brand new glass in here. Everything lines up good. So pretty much all the stuff on the outside of the car is good. Like all the chrome is still good. Everything that we would like, the most expensive stuff is in really good condition. Like these trim, the rear glass also, check this out. The rear glass works also. Yeah, I think so. Oh, this one doesn't work. Oh, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this side works. Yeah, I think something broke in this side, but I know the driver's side goes up, which is good. So I think something just broke inside there because there was a lot of heat over here. But yeah, the doors, I think we might just replace them just due to the fact that the inside's all burned up, unless these are original doors, which they actually might be. If they are original doors, we probably will just save them, you know, just keep as original, or as much as this car original, we might just save these doors. But you can kind of see that it just burned all this off right here. They're supposed to have like a nice texture thing. And I'm pretty sure this car was white before. Yeah, it is an original door. So now coming to the back of the car, everything from like this point back is literally in perfect condition. I'm thinking these quarter panels were replaced. I'm not sure when, maybe when they did the full restoration, because there's no rust in here and there's no rust on the wheel wells or anything like that, because I can see a little bit of spot welds right here. They just didn't grind as much, but honestly that's okay because we can just finish touching that up. And then looking down the quarter panel, these things are literally perfectly flat. Like maybe like a light coat of glaze on this quarter panel and it'll be perfectly ready to go. And there's really not much paint on this car. Like everywhere where the paint chipped off, it's a really thin layer. So that means that this thing was probably either like done professionally or it was a really good condition in the Mustang and they kind of just resprayed it, which I'm thinking that's probably what it was. They probably replaced the quarter panels, resprayed it, gave it all a nice paint job, and honestly, I bet this thing looked freaking killer when it was in good condition. So coming to the back of the car, everything is here intact. We got the gas tank right there. The trunk did suffer a little bit of damage from the fire right here a little bit, and then here I'm guessing the firefighters were trying to break into the trunk because they couldn't get to the keys. They were kind of just torching inside the car, and they kind of damaged just a hair right there. But honestly, this thing is worth saving because it is nice and flat. There's no issues whatsoever on it, and I don't think there's much Bondo on it either. I think it was a really good restored car. And here's what I was talking about earlier, where the rust is kind of seeping through the corners a little bit right here, which is just because the paint started peeling. Because this car was probably parked at the auction for a couple of months, and you know, water, everything, it just sat there and it just started seeping in through the cracks. But I don't think that's going to be too hard to repair. And then going on the back, everything's here. We have all the chrome is in really good shape, no corrosion or anything, and the coolest thing about these Mustangs I like is the gas cap is right here in the center. So you pretty much just pop this off. Bam. This is a cool looking gas cap. Pop that on. And somebody did point out on Instagram that this is the GT valence right here. As you can see, the exhaust comes through here and it has the dual exit. On the regular ones, like on my other one, it was just down here. So that's pretty cool. So it has a little bit of, you know, a little bit of mods on it. Nothing too crazy. They did kind of mess up the stripe right here. I don't know if they painted it with this on. Maybe they painted it with this on because they couldn't really get in right there. So now that I gave you a full overview of the car, the plans for this car are basically just do a 5.0 swap in it and then just a full restoration. We're not gonna do anything crazy, nothing too complicated like we were doing on that car right there. And guys, we still have that car. And the cool thing is now we have a fully intact Mustang. We can get dimensions from this car, transfer it over there, and I think it will help out with that build also. But we're gonna put that on the back burner for now. I kind of want to just start working on this one, and then later we'll just like slowly accumulate all the necessary parts for that car. And I'm thinking about rebuilding that car just like factory, buy a factory 4-pan, all the factory frame rails, and put that car back together with factory, probably with a 5.0 also. And on this car, basically do a frame tower or the shock tower delete right here. Shock tower delete, 5.0 engine. I'm not sure if I want to go with the automatic or a manual transmission yet. I do have a manual, but I think an automatic would suit this car better because this is kind of just like a, it's not going to be like a over the top build. We're just going to do like a little bit of custom suspension in the front, custom suspension in the back, but it's just not going to be like an insane build like what I was trying to do with that. Like with that car, I was literally trying to build like a pro touring sick Mustang, you know, that handle really good, drive really well. This car is going to be like more of a, you know, just like a cruiser car. Nothing too crazy, nothing too serious, just nice engine, nice suspension, and just driver. But guys, I'm super excited to start working on this car, and we did get a lot of Milwaukee tools, which is gonna help us out a lot when we're gonna be rebuilding this car. It's gonna be a super fun process, and I hope you guys all stick around. Don't worry guys, I know what happened with the other Mustang, and honestly, quite frankly, that car was a piece of junk. I know a lot of people will say it wasn't, but it was chopped right here. None of the gaps on that car lined up, and it would have just needed way too much work to fix, and it wasn't even worth savable. It would have been unsafe, it was just dangerous, and it was junk. So my bad on that Mustang. This one is gonna turn out amazing. Don't worry about it, guys. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, drop a like, follow us on Instagram. We do a little bit of sneak peeks on the builds. We actually posted this build first on Instagram before we posted it on YouTube. So make sure you're following us on Instagram, and thanks for watching.